The following episode is brought to you in part by Somfy Systems Incorporated, a leading provider of window covering motorization and home automation solutions for the home.
Insulation is critical to the comfort and energy efficiency of every new home, and how that insulation is installed is really important. There is an industry organization called NEMA that's responsible for teaching the industry about how to install insulation correctly. Let's go inside and talk to spokesperson David Ware. Hi Dave.
Hi Steve.
Tell me about NEMA.
NEMA stands for the North American Insulation Manufacturers Association, and it's made up of 13 manufacturers of glass fiber, slag, and mineral wool products. They're committed to provide installation services to their members and provide services both to the building industry and to contractors at the same time.
So basically what you guys do is make sure the industry is well trained so that insulation gets installed right.
Exactly. Yeah. Installation is critical.
And you, of course, specialize in fiberglass and mineral wool and some of the fibrous insulation, is that correct?
That's correct.
Now, these have been around for a long time, right?
They have. They're time-tested. They've been out for 50 years, and they have unique qualities that many other products don't have. They're non-combustible, non-flammable, non-hydroscopic, meaning they don't absorb water. Right. It's odorless and inorganic. So those properties in and of itself help produce and ensure the quality of the product and the longevity of performance over time.
So they're not going to support microbial growth or things of that nature?
No, none of those kinds of things.
Now, since the walls are about 30% of the surface area of an average home, wall insulation is pretty important. Now, we have an almost perfectly insulated wall behind us, but the key to your organization is making sure that all walls look like that. What should we look for when we're talking about wall insulation?
Well, Steve, certainly this is an excellent example of how installation should proceed. Oftentimes you'll see face stapling like this, and this is a good example. Inset stapling is also an industry accepted process. Homogeneous surface, no shorting of the insulation, fully lofted.
Dave, infrared thermography is a great tool that can teach us how to install insulation correctly. Now, what I understand from this, we're on the inside of a home during the summer months. It's hot outside, and the idea is that we can see the heat gain coming through the wall.
That's correct. Basically, we're looking at the temperature differential between the outside and the inside, and the brighter colors are indicating that's an area where the insulation integrity isn't as well as it could be done.
And so we see those areas around the compressed areas and places. What are the typical things that cause that?
Well, typically a crew might be trying to install too fast. They overlook shorting of the insulation, or oftentimes they overlook uneven spacing of framing members, or other areas that are really often overlooked, or the intersection of the ceiling and soffit areas, or at stairways and things of that sort. Part of NEMA's mission is to ensure that the quality of the installation and installation crews understand the importance of insulating all those areas, and that's why infrared photography is an important measure in identifying those places. Once those crews understand that these are areas that sometimes are difficult to get to, and then through other training programs that we have, we can see installations typical to what we have here behind us.
Now today we also have some new choices, or relatively new in the last few years. We have high density bats. What are the thicknesses and R values the insulation is commonly available?
Well, that's what's unique about glass fiber insulation in particular. It can be manufactured in many R values and in typical nominal thicknesses, so it fits in typical construction, standard construction practice. R19 bats that are shown behind you here also come in an R21 bat, fit in a 5.5 inch cavity space.
So in 2x4 walls we got R11, 13, and 15. 2x6
Correct.
Walls we've got R19 and 21.
Correct.
Okay. Well, it really makes sense to pay close attention to this because a house really is a system. The insulation system has to work in conjunction with the HVAC system, and all things work together to provide that comfort and energy efficiency. Well, thanks, Dave.